Hi, my name is Garrett Vang, and today I will be talking about why I believe college athletes deserve to get paid. So, first off, let's just start about talking about the college sports industry and how much money and revenue they make off of sports. So, in 2017, they generated about $1.1 billion in total revenue, and in D1 coach salaries, they average around $2.1 million per year. And so let's just talk about the Division One practice time and how much these student athletes really spend each week on their sport. So football players spend the most time on average with 43 hours a week. Next following is baseball with 42 hours, and next is basketball with 39 hours. So just to put in perspective, if you work like a 9 to 5 job 5 days a week, you're putting in an average about 40 hours a week. So these student athletes are putting in more, if not more than 40 hours a week every on their sport. And on top of that, they still have to go to school and somehow maintain a social life. Next, we're going to talk about the education they're receiving. So most people on the flip side would say college athletes are receiving an education to play their sport, and that is fair compensation. But what I would argue is that some of these athletes aren't really getting the real education that they want and that they deserve. For example, Arian Foster, a former NFL running back for the Houston Texans, he wanted to major in astronomy in college, but ultimately could not major in that because of his practice and meeting schedules conflicted with the class times. So he ultimately had to settle for a different major 1 year later. So are you really getting an education that you want in return for playing for free? And next, I'll be talking about the corruption in the NCAA. So obviously, there's a bunch of corruption. There's people getting paid under the table all the time in college sports. And one infamous case is the case involving Reggie Bush in USC and how he got paid before going into the NFL. So I think we could eliminate all corruption if you would just move everything to the front and not hide anything. And lastly, I'll be talking about how 85% of the athletes on academic scholarship live below the poverty line. So if you put more financial programs in place to help these student athletes, I believe you could definitely help them out more. And in conclusion, I just believe student athletes deserve to receive compensation for playing sports for their university and making the university billions of dollars. The amount of time they spend weekly is very harsh on their bodies, and they deserve to receive compensation for it. And yeah, overall, I just believe, these schools and universities are making a lot of money off of these student athletes for free, and I believe they should receive some kind of compensation for it. Thank you.